Okay, okay, let's see here. Oh shit. Okay, is it comments, banner, private chat? Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hey man, this joint. So, can y'all hear me? Let me see something, man. I thought I just posted this shit. Let me see. There you go. Okay, let me see something. All right, Mike, what's good? So I'm learning, y'all, so bear with me. Okay. So is that straight? So somebody try to jump on. Let me see how this works. So somebody try to jump on. Let me see how this works. So somebody try to jump on. Let me see how this works. I don't know why that shit just repeating itself. Shit videos, banners, avatar. I gotta mute my YouTube. Okay, let me see. But if I mute my YouTube, hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna get it though. Once I get it, it's basically done. Okay, I see that. I like to push every button to see what the shit do. All right. But I kind of like the aspect. Let me see. Banners, comments, new comments. Okay, that's what's up. Brand. Let me see. Oh shit. Video clips countdown. Back, back. Oh, this show add. Oh, you know me, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna take this to the next level. Let me see. Private chat. Okay. Settings. Audio guest. Play sound. And yes. Okay. General. Okay. All right. So can y'all hear me fine? What's going on? Oh yeah, I'm gonna customize this bitch. Once I figure it out, I'm gonna upgrade. I ain't gonna let nobody outshine the doctor. I've been doing this all my life. Shit. Shit. Oh, and I can schedule programs too. That's what's up, man. Okay, here we go. Is that Black Pill?
Yep.
What's up, bruh?
What's up, man?
What's up, man? What's good with you? I'm learning this thing, man. What's good, man? I appreciate it, man. You trying to walk me through this thing.
Bro, I just learned it, man. A young lady I met from Tag who just so happens to be friends with I don't know if you ever heard of Young Pharaoh. She
Yeah, I heard of
started
Young
it.
Furry. Yeah.
Yeah, they cool peoples and shit. So she started a YouTube recently. She was like, "Yeah, come over there and support me." I went over there and I was talking on her shit, and she just so happened to put that in her link, and I remembered while you were talking. I was like, "Oh, all right, fuck it." Obviously, she did it. She just started this shit, so let me just pass the information
I
over.
know that's what's up, man. I appreciate it. Oh no, man, we're gonna upgrade this shit, man. Y'all didn't introduce us to a demon on it.
Hey, that's how I feel
That's
about
what's
the
up.
shit I learned this year.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So how you been though, man? What's good with you?
Man, I'm happy, man, because you know what? Under pressure, I realize I'm unbothered now. So I've started to learn to master my emotions more. Master my emotions, meaning that if I can see the bigger picture, the little things in between don't phase me, if that makes
Right,
sense.
right,
You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? So I feel powerful because I've avoided a lot of things. Like I'm I'm 39, so I don't have children. You know what I mean? So in that
Yeah,
situation, I gotta appreciate the shit that brothers wish they could change. You understand what I'm saying?
exactly.
I have to appreciate that. So like I recently learned about I'm very like entrepreneur like because I never stayed at a job for long. I was just like I can't do this shit better. I gotta figure out how I figure out shit for myself. You know what I mean? So I say I
Exactly.
say I say the last year, man, learning more about financial literacy, and I learned it over the years, but even more this year, I feel like I beat the game. And I say I beat the game because I just watched everything line up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Line
yeah,
up. And I was just like, yo, like I don't know how much you're into investing. I know you do your own business. So I don't know what other investments because that's if you start like if you're talking about everything, like I learned also, is when you're talking to a bunch of men and you're coming to an agreement. And I think, like you said before, I'm not saying this verbatim, but basically just talking just to be talking, solution based. You understand what I'm saying?
exactly,
And when you
exactly. Yeah,
and when you're talking to a group of men, it's like we have to figure out what your problems are. And a lot of us have common problems for the most part, and then we have individual differences and stuff like that. But it's finances, just like you brought up about a lot of things, finances, and like that book. My cousin had gave it to me, which was surprising. What about what would the Rockefellers do? That
right.
book is based on using insurances as leverage to fund your everything. You understand what I'm
Mm,
saying? To fund your
yeah,
everything. So it's like that's what they did. They didn't go to banks to get loans. They already had money in the insurance companies that already made them part owners of their own insurance. So they can
yeah,
always get their money out without asking for it in like, oh, can you like check my credit? No, I pay money into it. I asked for what I needed. I got it. You understand what I'm
Yep.
saying? And I pay myself back. I'm the bank. I don't need to go get no money for no loan. I don't need to get no money for no business, depending on how big it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, and when you do that, like basically the order is if you have children, you have family, everybody has insurance. So everybody's an individual bank or a loaning system. You know what I mean? And you use
Hmm.
that situation to fund your businesses instead of looking for loans, and you can avoid the bullshit racist shit that you deal with loans or your credit or whatever. You've taken
Right.
that away from them. You know what I mean? And when
Right.
I was like, I'm very creative, but when I realized how people got fucked over in business and music and all that shit, I was just like, nah. Because basically you're buying a short-term dream to have a lifelong possible hell after that dream is over. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Now let me ask you something, man. How old are you? You don't mind me asking?
Oh, 39.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. So yeah, you in your prime, man. I'm 44, so you in your prime, so you understand, that, and it's good that you're learning, still learning. You know what I mean? And the key to me is really what a lot of people don't see. A lot of people I notice in this space sometimes don't really talk about um really building and supporting the visionaries and the actual doers in this community.
Right.
That's really the key, and other brothers to support it. Everybody don't have to be the visionaries all the time, but I always say that's not an excuse to not support the ones that are, because like you just said, what those other groups learn, the Rockefellers and stuff, they get behind those people and they always can go to the get money and funding when
Right.
they have projects. So if
Right.
I'm doing a project, I'd be like, Black Pill, I need whatever your expertise is, I need you in. That's
Mm-hmm.
how it works. See, we still haven't learned that fundamental piece
Mm-hmm.
in our community. When somebody's doing something, we try to compete with each other, and that's part of the problem. We want to do what everybody do, so everybody have a Me Too product. No, we have to
Mm-hmm.
start getting behind the visionaries, our creators, and see. In my space, what I'm gonna do is find out what people do, and I want to maximize that. Because I'm gonna send you business. I'm gonna send you this. Whatever you're trying to do, I want to support that for
Right.
Black men. And this ain't no just talking. This is what I fucking do. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So when you're around me, you in my space, everybody's going to get a piece of the pie. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's what I wanted my space to do. And in fact, it worked tonight, because the fact that you guys helped me do this, this is a next step to elevation for everybody.
Right.
So, and I'm gonna take it to the next level. 'Cause I'm gonna learn how to do all the bells and whistles, but I want you guys to have a nice fly space, and whatever you bring and offer to the space, I want to utilize
Right.
it, you know?
That's why
So
I come to the conclusion like you got the gentleman here, right? And let's
yeah.
just say out of these gentlemen, um, somebody's money not right, but they still want to, grasp onto the energy in the same situation. When you have those financial conversations, I've learned that it's broken down to the simplest thing. Like I don't know if are you into trading or anything?
I'm not really into trading though. I have some
Okay,
friends that are. I know a little bit, but I'm not into trading. That's not my expertise. No.
I want to break this down as simply as possible, right?
Go ahead.
The brother said this. He said it's not rocket science. So let's say this, right? Let's say you're interested in your type of business, right? So you know the ins and outs, you know the companies, you know how long those companies been there, you know how they do business, you know what they're planning on doing, and you know if you should still support them or not, right?
Yep.
That's the same thing for any business. That's the thing with stocks. So find out the information about the company, past, present, and future, right? The other
Yep.
part is the dude said, listen, you get more out of your money by doing long-term investments. The short-term investments are for people who are not really thinking far. And in the same time, with long-term investments, you are getting less taken out with taxes. So we said, Joe, take $5,000, and y'all brothers can look them up on YouTube. The Come Up series, they doing it for free. And it's some other brothers on EYL University that's doing some, next level stuff with teaching everything, like dealing with all different groups of teachers. Like you should be on there, bro. Like on some real shit. Um, in that situation, he's like, yo, take $5,000. He said, just think about this: the average stock it increases value every year between 500 to 700%, right? He said, just to make it feel, let me just take away that average, right? He said, let me just put it down to 300%. If you take $5,000, you put it into a particular, company that that is a successful company for years, it's going to at least get to 300%. So that's $15,000. You take that $15,000 that you made that year, put that in there again for another 300%. That's what. That's what. I'm not good. $45,000. So on and so forth. He said, you keep doing this with that money, and you're not adding no more money in it. Let's just say you don't add anything into it, you'll be a millionaire within 5 years or less.
Mm. See,
He
that's some
said.
good game right there.
He said it's that simple. He did the math. He's teaching the whole. Listen, this brother was one of his. I think his either his stepfather was a Black Panther, so he has a certain level of upbringing. You understand what I'm saying? So he's
Yeah.
like, listen. He said we were used on the stock market. We were the first commodity. He said the ancestors. He said we're here to take this back, and this is why I'm giving this to y'all for free. I don't need anything from y'all. You understand what I'm
Wow.
saying? So
That's
I'm watching all these brothers do this. You're included in this, but it's just different energies from different spaces, and it's just I'm gathering it all.
I love it, man. So, hey, my man King Rashad is in the building. What's up, King Rashad? What's going on, man? You can unmute yourself. You're on mute.
Unless
I
he
don't know.
stepped away.
Yeah, he probably stepped away or something. But yeah, man. But that's good though, Black Pill. I mean, shit. I mean, you just have to gather as much information. Let me see who's this, Ray. Okay, man. James. What's up, James? What's going on? You can unmute yourself.
Hey, what up, God? What's going on with you?
What's up, bro? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I see y'all chopping it about stocks and everything, and I
Yeah,
definitely want
yeah.
to give my 2 pointers on it. One of the things I would recommend, and I've said this to, because I've traded for a while, and I always tell people, especially new into the game, one of the things I've mentioned all the time is, if you know children, follow what they invest in, follow what they love.
Right,
Mm,
They'll make you super rich. I
right.
mean, back in
Uh-huh.
the day, we think about the eras, right? You used to be waiting in line for Nikes. Now they wait in line for PlayStations. Invest in
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation, Xbox.
mm,
GameStop. I remember talking to a sister 2 years ago. And she came at me in the sense like, "Hey, I want to learn about trading." I said, "Yo, just follow your children." She bought GameStop at $4 a share when everything crashed in March, and then I helped her trade out at 350. And she only put up probably she only at that time she probably put up maybe $1,000, and she was out of there. Maybe she walked out like smiling. And what she did through the time, as you know, the market was going up, she was showing her sons like this is what happens, and then her
Right.
sons would be like, all right, let's buy. Mom, I want to buy a PlayStation. I want to buy a shared PlayStation, Xbox, Microsoft. I think this might be the good play. Even Snapchat. You know what I'm saying?
mm. That's some good
So
game right there, bro. That's some
yeah.
good game.
So it's the thing about it is, and I try to keep it simple in trading, right? Sometimes we look at the money, the monetary aspect, but truth be told, you need to look at the day-to-day function aspects, the things that you notice that people consume, and it's one of the saddest things. I've said this to my family or some of my friends. You have dudes who got PlayStations, who've been buying PlayStations since day one, but they never bought a Sony stock. And I even had a conversation with one of my cousins. I'm like, man, how come you don't own any shares in this company? You just spent
Mm.
$500.
Yeah,
And
some
they
people they ain't
still,
even because most people we got to understand most people have an employee mindset too.
yeah,
Right.
So everybody, and it's not for everybody. What you're saying is correct, but we got to keep in mind for even for our sanity that everybody just don't understand it. And what we have to learn as men going forward, I believe that if they're not seeking this information and seeking to be better, it's no need really to waste too much time trying to tell them.
Thank you.
And it's in our
Thank you.
and it's in our nature to do so, but we have to learn to just let it go at this point. And what you're saying is correct, James. I'm not saying it's not correct.
no,
You're
no.
definitely correct. But I'm just saying we have to learn for our own, like you here, we're chopping it up amongst the fellas. This is really until the circle grows of men that's doing the same thing. Let's just save ourselves and our mindset and our mental state to just improve and just chop it up with each other from this point on. That's my position. And I think as black men, we need to just be there. We didn't saved everybody. We didn't. Everybody just burn us out, and they don't listen anyway. They wait till the
Right.
white man tell them, then they jump on it. But for us, let's just keep it amongst ourselves, and let's just build that. You know. So I see the war reporters in here. What's up, man?
Oh, you already know. PG is most definitely in the building. You
That's
already
what's up, bro.
know.
What's going
Man, it's first and foremost I want to say, peace and blessings to everybody in the chat.
All
I
right,
didn't
back at
even
you.
know that y'all were I didn't even know that y'all were, chopping game. I'm at one of my sites and then I just so happened to come back and I was like, "Oh, for real? We doing call-ins now?" And it's so apropos to what y'all are talking about because as it relates to power moves, I've been put in positions of power time and time again, only for me to fuck it up. But the black pill in me recognizes that is I had to learn. So at the age of 36, I'm young enough to know that I have that the time is now to build, and I'm old enough to know that I don't have that many chances left.
on? Exactly. And how old are you again, man?
I'm 36.
Oh yeah, yeah. You right now, you right at your prime though, man. You right at your prime, and you just you in the right place. You definitely there. And the brothers that's on the chat is definitely there. So, but this is what it's about, man. Shit, you going in the right direction. It's nothing to shit. You right there. It's nothing for me really to say. You know.
And what's
Back.
so cold about it? But before I move on, I wanted to for anybody that's listening, right? If this doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. But when I got out the military, Houston, my daughter's mother's from Houston, so I spent a lot of time out there. That's my second home. And there was this a hotel where I would pump out of the hotel, whatever the case may be. I used to stay there a lot. And this guy that I met, he was a real cool cat. He's from India. He used to wash dishes, do a little bit of odds and ends work or whatever. So I went down there last year to get my daughter, and I ran into him. We struck up a conversation. He went from washing dishes to owning the hotel.
Damn,
So when
that's some
so when
major power move.
so when I saw that, I said, "What am I doing with my life?" You see what I'm saying? One thing I will say about this young man is that even then he just always had a sense of purpose. You see what I'm saying? While everybody else is out there partying and fucking off money, this dude was on it. So I'm not surprised. It was just a kick in the pants. It was a reality check. So I say, you know what? I'm only making power moves from here on out.
Yep, yep, exactly. So I mean, shit. Yep. I mean, like I said, bro, you got it, man. You in the right path. Shit, I ain't. You brothers are definitely in the right path. What's it, Dave Teo? You just came in. You got something to say, bro?
What's good, everybody?
All right.
What's up, bro?
Peace
Yeah,
and
man.
blessings.
More blessings to the Most High and hotel. But but I agree, man. It's time for black men to pretty much excel at what we do and pretty much take over industry. So for myself right now, I'm 32, so I'm going to welding school right now. But I'm planning on taking over the welding industry and taking the money that I do make from it and investing in crypto stocks, but also different investing to technology and consumable type of stocks. And also, once the robotics and automation pop up, I'm pretty much gonna take over those industries as well. So that's my master plan.
Oh, that's that shit. That sound like a plan, bro. I mean, that
Make
sounds
it
like a
happen.
plan. I mean, long as you, one of the things I would advise you, young men, I say young men, but y'all, y'all in y'all primes right now, is to really just understand once you start putting your money into things, because remember, we can't control the stock. You know what I mean? So we can't control whether it goes up or down. So some of the other things you do when you get your money, like I said before, don't forget that you have to invest in people, your visionaries, people that you see that actually have tangible things that can make moves. So whatever funding you have, that could be some residual income, like I like on Shark Tank.
Right.
Y'all can be little mini sharks. So on a small level, but make sure that it's tangible. You can see it. You can see that people put the work in and effort. So start looking toward those kind of things too. So really, we don't want to always jump on everything that we think is hot, because sometimes we go wrong with that. We have to pour into those visionaries, because that's what they do with Elon Musk. That's what they did with Steve Jobs. So these people, they run the technology industry. So start looking into those people, those new come ups, so keep some money aside for that, even if a couple thousand, so don't
I,
forget to do that. But go ahead.
I want to say something to that. I've been thinking about that a lot because I kind of think in that type of way, man. I'm like, all right, cool. And anybody who agrees or disagrees, please say something because I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Well,
Especially James.
yeah.
And that
I
situation.
mean,
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead. You
sorry.
want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So one of the best things I've learned, and I learned from this from traders and many people I follow who are doing well, right? You save money for opportunity in the stock market.
Right.
There are guys who have the capacity to go in and out, right? But that takes a whole nother level of concentration, understanding what you're playing with. But there are others, right, who basically sit when the shit crumbles, they buy the shit up, ride the
Right.
wave, and get the
Right.
fuck back down. And this is
Right.
the thing that what I think what our community, even the white community, fail to understand at times. We always hear, "Oh, this stock went up," right? But remember, the main play is wait when there's chaos. The problem is our community is so accustomed to spending so much, or that what I'm saying. Like, I won't even say keep up with the Joneses, but it's a revolving door. Money always is going out in some shape or form, right? That we don't even look at the basic opportunity that's been around for years, right? The number one thing that grows people's values is housing and stock
Mhm.
market. And then you have your business, right? Your business is the real strong cash flow. But the ones that really change generational wealth and change people's lives is when things are drastically chaotic. And you're always in it. Remember, it's chess, right? It's about being in position. And I'm learning this now, right? Like, before the March crash, I missed a trade that probably would have changed my life. That happened to me twice. And then when I realized, I'm saying, okay, I'm knocking at that door. And the same thing I would tell any brothers: always keep yourself in position. Number one thing I would say: everyone should have a trading account.
Right.
Whether you put money in it, whether it's you don't trade, keep that in your back of your pocket. That's like what I'm saying. Your ace in the hole. Because if we have another one of those crashes, and the game, all the super rich are not going to let their main prize, right, their stock market, their housing go down, right? That's when you go in and say, I got some change, let me rock with this, boom. And that's why you capitalize. That's how you really accelerate. Remember, it's all about accelerating your wealth to other aspects, where
Exactly.
whatever you have going on, that it's like that 10x that Grant Cardone, some people talk about. Now you're on that 100x. So now whatever your concentration is, because you had that ace in the hole, now you can really go in. You don't have to go back and forth. And now you like, nah, I got this set amount to go all hand, and nobody can really fuck with me. Now I can give it all my dedication and focus, and we just get busy. So that's the number one thing I would tell any brothers. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why you save money. It's not save and just to be like a rainy day. No, you save for rainy day, but you also save for the opportunity, because when that shit comes up, there's only a handful of people that have the opportunity to get in, and those handful of people always stay on. You know what I'm saying? They always beat everybody in the race. So
Right. They catch on to that
Yeah,
pattern.
James. Hey, you're right, man. I
Go
mean,
ahead,
for the
King
most
Rashad. Go ahead.
part, you know, yeah, what's up, brothers? Hey, man, for the most part, you're looking for those doubles, right? You save your money to find that next double. How can I flip it? And it's deep that you guys, talk about, real estate and trading, because I work with a lot of different real estate developers, helping them get funding,
Mhm.
through working with hedge fund groups, right? So a lot of these wealthy white guys, right? They come up with a group of themselves that saved money just to only invest in projects, right? That way they can multiply their money
at a larger rate returns and things like that. So, I mean, I think I see in our community, man, we're not really putting our money together to invest in bigger projects, right? Coming from Cleveland, man, I was talking to my little cousin today. Coming from Cleveland, man, there's like 7,000 plus abandoned properties, right? So me and my cousin, we're looking at right now. A lot of them, all they really want the city, since they're abandoned, all the city really wants us to do is just pay the back taxes, and then boom, we get the properties. So we were looking at like a 20-unit apartment complex, bro, for like $7,000 because they only owed like $7,000 back taxes. Now we might have to put 150,000 into get it back running, tip top shape. But for the most part, we're living in a gold mine most of the times, man. And it's deep that we got a lot of street cats that got bread, whether it's legal or illegal, however they get it, that's not even investing in buying properties. You would think cats watching, Nino Brown, New Jack City, will be scooping up these properties. But now I just wanted to kind of touch on basis, man, because real estate trading, I'm seeing a lot of the wealthy really pull their money together to not only buy thousands of units, like you're saying, Greg Cardone. Guys like that got 7 to 10,000 apartment units, condos. They're investing in 100, 200 unit apartment complexes and just sitting on them. Just racking in the cash flow and then refi, using a lot of that refi money to get another property, roll it into another property.
Well,
Mm.
I could definitely say this. The bigger you go, the more hands you're gonna need, right? And this is where Dr. E has mentioned that it's important to have a tight knit group, right? Because the responsibilities get bigger and bigger, and therefore, what I mean, accountability is also at an all time high. And one of the things that I've learned, right, seeing things, from development, real estate trading, is that most of those wealthy individuals, usually when they get to a certain point, it's more about consolidation, right? They know when to get in, sell the business, and then when the opportunity strikes, spark something else up, right? Because at the end, everything has its term. Th- it's just like anything else, right? When it was like '08, when we had that first recession, nobody wouldn't dare touch a house, right? But one of my partners, he held on to one of his cribs. He bought something for like 20, 30,000, right? And he was like, wait a minute, my rents are still good. 30,000. Let me see how much I could ride this long. You know what I'm saying? And now he's getting out the game because he's like, yo, how much more can I milk the cow? And this is where I think we all gotta understand that when it's good, it's okay to walk away from the game. Too many times I've seen this where brothers hold on to something, right? Because they think it's always gonna be there. And shit changes. Environments change. Back then we wasn't talking about Bitcoin, right? Now we talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, and I think that also what all you gentlemen bring up are valid, strong, wealthy points, and we have all the evidence out there that this stuff works. And like I said, and I think that we also need to have a sector, and I'm going to bring that on the show eventually. Now that I got everything kind of set up, I have major people I work with on my end with money. They know a lot of game with that shit too. So having them on, talking about that, and introducing different sectors of what we need to be putting our money together to do and actually doing, you know what I mean, and showing how that works in a unified effort. You know what I mean? So these are the things that we have to do and start building these projects within, So I'm excited for y'all too, you know what I mean? So this whole space, we gotta take it to the next phase now, you know.
Yeah,
I can
just to
Hey,
add
Dr.
on
Young,
or say what?
Yeah. Who is
No,
that?
no,
hey,
this
now,
Dave
cause
Town.
I'm talking. This the. Yeah, go ahead.
You gonna
Go
go,
ahead.
my man? You gonna go?
Go ahead, y'all. Who was up?
All right.
Who,
I'm talking for the end. Yeah, this the war report. I just wanted to ask about the investments.
Okay, who you talking to me?
All right, so I'm talking to all of y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking to all of y'all because I'm at a position right. I'm at a position. I'm in a position right now where I can invest. I don't necessarily know what to do with it. You see what I'm saying? Because I've been
Okay.
to the tax lien seminars. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
more real estate seminars that I can count. You know,
Yep.
crypto. The reason why I'm leaning more towards crypto because for whatever reason, this is just me talking. For whatever reason,
Okay.
crypto to me seems like how email was to regular mail. And I'm interested and I'm intrigued, but I'm just trying to figure out what would y'all advise one of these young brothers that are coming up saying, hey, I got extra 5, 10 large that I can invest. What should I do with it?
Um, Doctor, you want to go first, or you?
Well,
I don't know.
well, what I was going to say, I mean, if y'all had some points on it too, but what I would say is, if you have some money that you want to invest in, like I said, it's good to. It just depends on. See, one of the things I say, with the small investments that I do, and other people have uh, something to point on it too, but like I said, I try to find things that I can get tangible. Uh, uh, Income back on smaller investments, just to start off. And one thing as a good investor to be, and y'all need to know this too, if you're going to be a person that invests as well, be a good resourceful investor. In other words, don't be a person that just gives people money and don't really have resources to help anything um, transpire from that. Become a person that if you are doing smaller investments into people, which is like I said, I'm a visionary. I don't know much about the trading stock, which I want to learn. That's what I'm
You
saying.
should.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I want
You
to learn.
should.
You know what I mean?
You won't need a
Uh,
bank.
yeah. So what I invest in people, these are some of the things that I know, and in other people's businesses, these are some of the things that you have to become to be a good resourceful investor, where you can see your money triple and quadruple like a matter of like a week or two. So these are things that that I advise, but with the trading, you guys, if y'all do it, y'all know more about that aspect than I do. So I can learn from you on that. So I mean, if y'all want to add some input to the war report on that and what else he
Yeah.
can do with his money, yeah,
I
go ahead.
I
Um.
will wait a little before I invest in the cryptos. I will kind of wait because it's a crypto platform called Cointelegraph. It's also got like a little news channel, whatever. And they tell you the different regulations, the blockchain, the Bitcoin, different cryptocurrencies. Because each cryptocurrency is pretty much ran on its own blockchain. So it's like thousands of them. So it's a good thing to kind of wait before you invest in the crypto and just do your research. And if you is going to invest in the crypto, I would kind of like throw a little bit coins at like just a little bit of amount, just a little bit at a time, so you can see where your money go because the crypto market kind of volatile at
Right.
times.
I just want to say something for a person who has minimal money but has the skill set to deal with it.
Mhm.
I'll say this, right? This is what I've done after learning options recently and just taking down the basic things. I started losing money, right? Because I wasn't following the math they gave me, like trading daily or weekly or monthly like that, right? And then I did the math with the whole doing it long term. And James, please feel free to chime in.
Yeah.
Um, I did it for long. I did it for long term, right? So let's just say I think you brought it up when you were talking about pay attention to what the children do, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, the gaming shit is tied into porn. It's tied into different countries. It's wild big, right? That shit been good for a minute, right? So I put 1550 in my shit, right? I ended up making 200 extra $500 the next morning, right? So I controlled myself, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it in there since it's long term. That shit went down to $600, right? I kept my patience, right? Eventually, it got up to about 6 grand within a 2.5 month period. I started thinking to myself, I said, nigga, if I can do this with a couple of $1,000, oh no, it's ball game. My discipline already there. And now I was already doing crypto, but then I followed somebody who broke down cryptocurrency and the blockchain to me very well. And then he eventually started making a website where he was teaching it. So he was like, listen, man, if you don't have money to get into Bitcoin because it's at a high price, there are other coins that are connected to Bitcoin, like Ethereum and so on and so forth, that are going to blow up too. You got to look at he was like, you got to look at the cryptocurrency like the computer bubble. Hold on. The computer bubble. You know what I mean? Like when when the internet started popping, so on and so forth, right? And it's like that. He said it's still in its early stage. Yes, got you. Um, so in that situation, you got other coins that are cheaper. That's what I want to get down to. There are other coins that are cheaper than Bitcoin that are good coins to get into. You know what I mean? That's just me. I'm just talking about me. I'm not suggesting anything no one else should do. But like I said, I'm able to save a couple of $1,000s. So sitting that in there for like a year and still working, and then like what is it like? What do they call it? Dollar averaging. You know what I mean? Or averaging down, if that makes sense. I think I got the
Yeah.
terminology right. There you go. Thank you. So in that situation, I was like, all right, I'm catching on to the pattern that he's teaching me. He said, when you do long term, you don't have to worry about too much of the volatility in between. So I'm like, okay, that's what's up. He said, and if you want to counter it, if it goes down, adjust for a 10% difference. So you can bet against it, as in, put betting on it going down, or you can use a bond or something like that. Because when certain stocks go down, other stocks go up. I was like, all right, that's how you counter this shit. He said, it's just basically making sure you don't lose so much. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. So I'm just basically growing it. Sometimes I gotta, visualizing it like a bush. I gotta cut the hedges, you know what I mean? Trim the shit up, you know what I mean? Replant some shit, take it out, so on and so forth. Pay attention to the information that's going on. And I was like, yo, to be honest, insurance, banks, all companies deal with the stock market. I said, this is the fucking golden pot of every goddamn thing damn near, outside of just, like you said, real estate and businesses. But I was like, what's the biggest business other than having what do you call it? I forgot. It's a firm. They buy businesses. What's the terminology? Can
Oh,
somebody
you
help me?
talking about
You talking about
private?
conglomerate?
No, he's talking
Uh,
about
Like
private equity.
acquisition company.
You
yes,
talk,
yes,
Private.
Oh
You
yeah.
and
talking about
it,
private equity?
yes,
oh, it's
and
private
I
equity. Okay, yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
and I was like, what if you teach children this at a young age, right? You teach this shit at a young age. You get a group of 15, 20-year-old young men, or even 13-year-old young men, teaching them this shit and give them on all this information. They can do this shit in 4 to 5 years and they'd be good. It's just that you create a society to where everybody's on the same vibration. Like I told somebody, you don't need everybody on your team. All you got to do is control the resources. You're just righteous with it. You understand what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. I build a store there. I open this up. I support this company. I support this business. Long as you know how the money's functioning in and out, and y'all using the stock market to fund y'all businesses, you technically can't lose too much because you can write off failures. You understand what I'm saying? Like the shit is, once you realize the ups and downs of the feng shui of this shit, it's just like, okay. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
financial agriculture, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, I would add one of the things I would tell anybody. I want you to look at the tax brackets, right? And ask yourself, what part of the tax bracket do you want to be in?
Mhm.
And then I want you to look at how do you function in that wavelength of getting one to that magic number and find a way to keep as much as you can, because that is the ultimate equalizer,
Yeah,
right?
for
In
y'all guys.
taxation.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I think, through all, no matter how much money you make, right? Uncle Sam has never changed. All it is the policies that change. If you get a Republican, that means you're gonna pay less taxes. If you get a Democrat, you're gonna pay more taxes. How do we navigate through that and take the benefits from it? Because retention is so key. And one of the things that I've learned, just throughout my journey, right, is that the goal is the magic number. Where do you want to put yourself in? Like one of the gentlemen, he's like a real estate coach. Didn't have a high school education. His goal was to get $10 million liquid, and I think he accomplished. Greg accomplished that before 36, just through real estate sales, development, everything. Then he got to that point. He's like, all right, I want to take it to 100. I think he wanted to get up to 50 million, right, before a certain age. Now he's past that, right? But the number one thing he's always said, I've always looked at the magic number, but through that magic number, I've always said, okay, how do I keep majority of that magic number? because that alone is gonna dwarf anything. And I think also for War Report, I would also say this: educate yourself, right? Anything that you're gonna invest in, right? There's a crypto's on and popping. It's great, but I've always said this: you always gotta look at the pros and cons. The number one con to me at this point about crypto is we don't know what IRS is gonna say because we have to keep it real. This economy ain't all that cracked up to be, right? There are those who have, and there are many that do not have, not right, and there are those who can produce and those who can't produce. So that you always got to look at, okay, just like the weed industry, right? At some shape or form, United States is gonna have to legalize weed. There's the amount of money they owe everything else, right? You can participate in the stocks, you can do that, you can get in dispensaries, all that. But always remember, how much do I have to, what I'm saying? How much can I keep for myself? And that's the number one thing I would tell anybody. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, gentlemen.
It does. Pay yourself first. It definitely does. Uh, but what I'm about to do, just get a little bit deeper tonight. You got me thinking about the Awakening Master Masculine. In the book, they talk about the hunter aspect and how the energy is all about working like a circuitry and recycling everything. And I think teaching young black boys about survival skills and just hunting and just learn how to kind of live out the wild, just learn how to use the material and the resources around them is a good way to actually get them to tap into their energy. It's kind of relatable to trading and different things like that. So just a 2 cent.
Yo,
I
peace,
mean,
brother, peace.
you go ahead, Green Machine. What's up?
Not much, man, not much. I just want to add on to the whole conversation of cryptocurrency. Basically, right now is a great time to get in. I would advise any of you fellas to look into the different coins or whatever the case may be, and you shouldn't, go into anything without any type of research. With that being said, as of right now, I put like $250 in back in December. Um, and with that $250, I'm up to about $600. So I can't complain when it comes to that. There's a situation in which a lot of you brothers may have overlooked, but you get really great rates as far as uh, interest rates for the money that you put in,
Okay.
from staking and also just to basically taking that money and putting it in certain currencies that actually give you interest on the back end. So it's a lovely thing right now, and I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt because there's several times in the past 2015, 2017, I was unsure. I didn't have the information. I didn't put in because I just wasn't sure about you know, it all, and I could have made all kinds of money, but 20 hindsight is 2020. But I mean, there's certain coins that you could look into as far as the blockchain or whatever the case may be, and some of the key to it all is basically is to make sure that that coin actually has a function. Right now, we're
Right.
going through the whole XRP thing, and XRP has actually been shut down by the SEC and with the Ripple or whatever the case may be, because they're saying that it's a security that hasn't been, I guess, authorized, like they're selling securities. But in the past, they've said that about other coins, and basically those individuals who created those coins pretty much pay like a little fine, and those coins have gone through the roof. This is not, and it has not been via any of us fellas financial advice, but right now is a time for us as men, as black men in particular, to be getting our skills up, to be learning new and better things, because money is trading hands. and we could continue to be at the bottom and suffer the consequences of that, or we could take this time during this quarantine and all these other things to learn new trades, new skills, and particularly learn cryptocurrency because it's going through the roof.
Hey
I
man,
agree.
I wanted to chime in on that though. That's great. That's some great insight that you just said, because that's one of the things I wanted to encourage brothers too, man. Start learning different skills. I think I did a stream about that one time. I was talking about how as men, as black men in particular, we do got skills, but we're gonna have to hone in our skills, because as this everything falls apart, we ain't seen this place fall all the way completely apart yet, and it's headed there. We already know that. So you guys gonna have to hone in some skills, and like I said, know other people with skills, and really be prepared for that side of things too. You know what I mean? So because that market is going to crash. It's
Yeah.
going to eventually crash. So we got to really be prepared for those things too. So like you saying, I don't know who was saying that. I don't know if it was King Rashad or somebody was saying, making sure that you do have some money aside, and ready to put it in other areas. But these are things as black men we're going to have to be a lot smarter with how we manage our time and our finances, especially in the times like this, because everything is about to crash. So we
Yeah.
don't know exactly when, but it's looking like it's probably going to be sometime this year or probably early next year, or a complete meltdown.
Well,
I just want to
Yeah,
say,
you
side note,
want
when
to
it
be
crashes, you can make money.
diversified. You don't
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can
But
yeah.
definitely make money, but you're gonna
You
have to
don't
be
want all your
wise
eggs in one
about your
basket. You
investment.
know.
Yeah,
Right, right,
exactly. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
True.
but also our feet, Doctor, y'all also add this outside the money aspect. I say this to any of my brothers: stay healthy, man. We in a weird environment now, right? Like, it's great. It's, what I'm saying, the opportunities are there, but if you're a sick man, they ain't no real benefits. You know what I'm saying? And I think also, I forget the gentleman who mentioned about survival skills. As Dr. E mentioned, we don't know how bad this shit might end up being. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hello, you out there?
Yeah,
White
I'm
man
still here.
holding them back.
hello, can you
What
hear me?
happened there? Yeah, is everybody there?
He said
Okay.
white man holding back.
Oh no, I
Damn,
didn't do that. Oh well, yeah.
what happened?
Oh no, they probably they saying brothers late night talking some game
Yeah,
YouTube.
Oh,
I
no,
know.
Oh,
no, it
Look,
happens.
okay.
Hey,
but go ahead. Y'all want to see? So I'm about to
yeah.
probably just tune out of this now, next few minutes. So I wanted y'all got any final thoughts, because we can, now that I got this up, we can kind of do a little bit more of this later on. So I'm gonna upgrade it. I'm gonna upgrade it. So we're gonna be on some high end type shit. So yeah, I want some final thoughts to go ahead and chop it up real quick.
Well, I'll just say this on the phone. I said, brothers, what I'm saying, stay healthy, stay active, get your skills up, but also, what I mean, network, meet some brothers who got different skill sets, whether it's firearms training, um, surviving in the woods, like anything that you can be self-sufficient on. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of information on how to get money. There's a lot of brothers who can give us the tools and skills that we need, but at the end of it, we don't know what's gonna happen, as Dr. E said, this year or towards the early next year, because shit could get real ugly. So that's it for me.
Who next? Who wanna chime in? Hello.
Uh, I think. Well, I think trades, learning how to do coding, um,
That's yeah.
survival skills, and definitely something creative will give you an advantage over everybody else. And just my four little uh point of view. Also, in trading as well, something to do with investments as well. But those five aspects, I think we need to work on, and I think those pretty much be the biggest things we need that we can focus on. But other than that, I don't have too much to say. Just a fire ass chat tonight, though.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. This is the first one, so I was a little, I'm still learning, but I appreciate it. Um, and who else wanted to say something?
Well, first
Yeah,
and
look,
foremost, I really appreciate. Oh,
it's
go ahead.
yeah, we're in the time survival of the fittest. Like the brothers were saying, man, we got to stay healthy, stay well trained. And for the most part, learn as much as we can. You want to have a lot of different tools in your toolbox. And if we can just weather the storm, get through it. For the most part, we got a lot of resources. And the more brothers tap in, the more we put different opportunities on the table, the more we can make work. But nah, I definitely appreciate the chats, brother.
That's what's up. Who
Going
wants to say
going
something?
after off of what the other gentleman just said, but basically, we have to take care of ourselves, and it may be very selfish or whatever the case may be, but all the things that we're talking about doesn't mean anything if you're in bad health, mentally, physically, emotionally. I know now a lot of us fellows are dealing with things from the past and things from the current situations that we're going through. But at the end of the day, we need to be able to, um, kind of persevere through those things, but also not be so stuck on the right now and start to build towards a better future for ourselves. And if we have children, build definitely build for the future of them. Um, I mean, right now it's a lot of things going on, and basically, we know what our hangups are as individual men, and we know what our hangups are as far as the so-called community or whatever the case may be. You can't help anybody else unless you help yourself. You can't grow unless you grow yourself. So, right now is the best time. Skills, and more skills, and learn as much as you can about making money, as you sleep, via regular stocks or the cryptocurrency or whatever the case may be. Because at the end of the day, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but um, I haven't really talked about women, and for the most part, this conversation hasn't been about women because they're going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to feel the way they feel, and they're going to operate the way they operate. But at the end of the day, there's no social conventions or there isn't any type of help out here for us. So we all we have as men, let alone black men, and that's you gotta do what you need to do, and that's all I got. I really appreciate you letting me up.
Oh, no problem, man. Anytime, man. Make sure you come back again. Who's up? Who want to say something?
Nope, that's it.
That's it. All right, man. But I will say I'm gonna leave it this, man. If y'all enjoyed this, man, we definitely want to do this again. And so next time I want to kind of talk about some of the books. We got to start getting our minds right, man. But I love to hear men talking about doing better for themselves and improving themselves and making certain moves to better their surroundings and better their communities and their families. You know what I mean? So this is what it's going to take. And I just really appreciate you guys, helping me even do this. So if y'all enjoy this, man, like I said, y'all can hit the cash app. Y'all do that, for some more support so I can add other bells and whistles. And we need this for men, man. So again, the Gloves Off Show, Cash App Gloves Off Show, the support for more of these kind of conversations, and we're gonna make everything better, man. This is where it starts. So I've really enjoyed this myself, man, and we've been on for an hour now, and I do have a client early in the morning, so. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, brothers. I really do. I don't know y'all personally, but I know y'all as character black men. That's the only thing that matters to me, and I want y'all to keep it up. And and let's keep growing together, man. This is not just for me. This is for you guys. So I'm excited about the future, man. This is a major step for all of us tonight. So I love y'all again, man. And like I said, if anything y'all want to chop it up about, y'all can when y'all sit the cash out, put the title in there, and then I make sure that we kind of chop up some game on some things. So again, till next time, man. Y'all stay up. All right, bros.